Hi friends, my name is Kelly Roki and I am here to talk to you today about the word redeemed. It is the theme of our week for VBS at Church of the Good Shepherd this week as we talk about the story of Ruth. And today I just want to explore with you what connection the word redeemed has to do with the gospel. So I brought something to show you. This is a gift card to go to Krispy Kreme Donuts and get donuts that have already been paid for by someone else. All I have to do is take this piece of paper and they will give me the donuts that have already been paid for. I have the same kind of gift card to get ice cream at Menchie's or to get coffee at Starbucks, already paid for. I just need to show them the card and that it's already been paid for and they will give me the coffee. I could go to Chipotle and get a free burrito that's already been paid for, or Jersey Mike's and get a sub that has already been paid for. On the back of each of these cards, you find the word redeem or redeemed. I can take this Jersey Mike's coupon and redeem it for a submarine. I can take this Chipotle card and redeem it for a burrito, or redeem this for a coffee, or redeem this for donuts, or redeem some ice cream. In your story today about Ruth, she was redeemed. Ruth was a Moabite woman who was married, which means that her husband had paid a price for her. He had gone to her family and said, I would like to marry Ruth. But in order to do that, his family was responsible for giving her family livestock and money. They had to pay a price for Ruth so that she could become his wife. And after they paid a price for Ruth, she became part of his family. Unfortunately, he died. And when her husband died, Ruth no longer had that family that had bought her. She didn't have the home that she had. She didn't have food. She did not have anyone to care for her. And so she was lost. Ruth and her mother-in-law, Naomi, met a man named Boaz. Little did they know, he had a really special title. His name was not Mr. or Sir or Doctor. His special title was Kinsman Redeemer. What a long title. Kinsman Redeemer is a very fancy way of saying kinsman means family. Boaz was from the same family as Ruth's husband. So he was part of the family. He is a family redeemer, which means he is a person who is able to redeem someone who has already been bought by his family. When Ruth's husband died, it's as if he had given Boaz, as the kinsman redeemer, a card with Ruth's name on it. She had already been made part of that family. The price had already been paid for her. He only needed to take that and redeem her, to buy her back into that same family that she was once part of, where she was cared for and had a home. And so that is what Boaz did for her. And the beautiful part of this story is that she went from being lost and gleaning for food to having a home and to being in a place where she was loved and where she was cared for. So this is the time where we talk about the gospel. What does Ruth's story and the word redeemed and these gift cards have to do with us and with Jesus and our relationship with Jesus? You and me. So we, like Ruth, were once part of a household, and it was God's household. In the Garden of Eden, God lived with Adam and Eve. There was no separation between them. There was no sin that would make God not be holy if he was around it. They could be together, they could talk, they could walk together, they could be known by each other. They were together as if a household. To illustrate this, you're welcome to do this with me if you want to pause and grab a sheet of computer paper. But I'm going to make a home with this paper. So just take one corner, make the sides line up. It's kind of a paper airplane if you've made that before, the first step. And then take the top point, and I'm just going to line it up with this one. All right. This is a home. We were meant to be part of God's home and to be cared for by him and in full communion with him and being able to walk and talk with him. But, as you know the story, Adam and Eve sinned, and we sin. And because we sin, we can no longer, let me put us here. We can no longer be in his household. We can no longer be connected to him. We are separated by sin from him. And unfortunately, to pay the debt for the sin that we have that's separating us from God, it takes a high price. It's a price that can't be paid. I'm going to fold this. With money. You can't pay enough money to pay the debt for that sin. You can't jump high enough. You can't run fast enough. You can't fly fast enough to get through that line of separation that the sin caused. Make the last little wing here. And just to symbolize that we can't fly fast enough, I'm just going to cut off the wings. So I'm going to pin them back. And I'm just going to cut along this line right here. When I get almost to the end, I'm just going to curve out a little bit. You don't have to, but I like it better. You cannot even take a rocket ship to get through that line. It doesn't matter how far, fast, strong you are, you can't get through that line. The only way to remove the separation caused by our sin, to pay the debt, to buy us back, to redeem us back so that we can be in relationship with God, is to pay the price. And it's a huge price. It's the price of blood. And it's the price of blood of a perfect lamb, a perfect sacrifice for our blood, or for our sin. And that is what Jesus did on the cross. He died to redeem us, to remove the debt of our sin so that we could be in communion with God without the stain of our sin, making God unholy. So just like Ruth, because of Jesus, just like Ruth who was redeemed by Boaz, Jesus has made us redeemed.